Hi, Glam Squad. Um, Happy new seminar year. I'm like so pumped and so excited for this upcoming year. And we finished we finished this last year super strong at 600K. That's like more than $500,000. That is just mind-boggling to me. I didn't expect that to happen at all. So I'm really excited for this upcoming year, and I have personal goals. Obviously, I have team goals, and one of my personal goals is to do a lot more trainings on stuff that I have implemented in my own business and things that have like increased my sales. Why is that sign backwards? I wonder if I can like reverse myself here. 1 second. It kind of bothers me. Okay. Weird. Whoa, this is weird. Okay, I'm not sure if I like this like backwards kind of deal. I'm just gonna flip it back. Okay, so I am going to talk about something that has increased my sales drastically. Like it's insane. This is something that I learned from a couple different sources. A few different people have talked about this, and I've posted about it before. And it's something that I have been doing for the last, I think, about 2-3 months now. Lip sense is something that I've always focused on in my business. I didn't really talk much about other makeup or any of the skincare at all for like an entire year. I have an amazing, loyal customer base, which really helps with my sales, and I do really well with my sales. But at the same time, I wasn't talking about skincare for like personal reasons. I was a consultant for Rodan & Fields prior to this, so I felt like even though I was using the skincare for 13 months, I felt like I didn't want to share it because I thought I was worried about what people would judge me on, and that type of thing. And I really wanted to formulate a proper opinion on what I thought about our skincare. So with that being said, this January I did a VIP party like I usually do. And I introduced the skincare for the first time. And I talked about real life and about my results, about my husband's results. If you guys are in the MUA group, you probably have seen his results. Absolutely amazing. It's incredible. Men use our skincare too. It's crazy. And if you've guessed it, this video is absolutely based on not lip sense. So this is all makeup and skincare. Now, I'm really big on like the trust factor. I personally would not sell a product if I don't personally use it or if I don't love it. That's just me. My customers know that about me. Like the Shadow Sense, for instance, I use it. I used it my entire MUA certification, but it's not something that I use on the daily. Whereas like everything else, like the tinted moisturizer and the blush and all the skincare and lip sense, obviously, I use it every single day. So I'm really open about that, and I feel like my customers really appreciate the fact that I am very honest in my opinions in what I choose to share. So with that being said, if you have not tried our skincare yet, you absolutely need to try it. I have tried the number one skincare brand, right, in all of North America, which is Rodan & Fields, and I used it for religiously for a year, but my skin did not look anything like what it does now. I have had people that use Rodan & Fields, even a consultant for Rodan & Fields, try our skincare, and she was dumbfounded with how amazing her skin felt. So if you don't carry any of the skincare, if you haven't used any of our skincare, if you haven't even used any of our makeup, you should probably get on that. You, on your next order, should probably order something to try from our skincare and our makeup. Uh-oh, my baby just woke up. Give me 2 seconds, okay? I will be back. That's life. 1 sec. happens when you have a baby, right? And you work from home. Let me grab my mic. Sweetheart, I feel bad for making you sit in front of all these lights, but she's just really not having it right now. Okay, so let me just get my mic back on here. Oh my goodness. Are you just gonna sit nice and still for me? I sure hope so. Okay, so if you haven't tried any of the skincare, I highly encourage that you try it, only because lip sense is one of those things that you purchase lip sense and you use it and you buy a new color and you use it, but it's not, yeah, it is a consumable product, but it's not something that people are going to continuously keep coming back for. I have some customers that have seriously bought like over 40 colors from me. It's ridiculous. I think one girl has like 50 colors, some of the discontinued ones too, but not every customer is going to be like that, you know what I mean? Whereas skincare and makeup is something that everybody uses. Absolutely everybody needs skincare, even men. And all of us are aging, and our skincare is all anti-aging. And it's seriously the best that I have ever tried. There's a lot of research behind there's a lot of research and a lot of science behind our products. And if you don't know much about it, go and read the product knowledge guide. Yeah, what is it? Go and read the product knowledge guide and discover how incredible our skincare like truly is, and how it's proven to actually work for many different skin types. It works for everybody, pretty much everybody. It's kind of rare for people to have a reaction to it. So what I want to talk about is Try Me bags. If you haven't heard what a Try Me bag is, a Try Me bag is basically a little bag like this. You can choose whatever you want. And you put products in there, full-size products, so people can borrow it from you for like 3 days or 5 days or 7 days. I personally do it for 5. I feel like 3 is too short for someone to make a judgment, whereas 5 is a pretty decent amount of time where someone can kind of see if they like the product or not. It allows your customers to try new products, and it gives them the open opportunity to try something before buying it. A lot of people are reluctant to spend a lot of money on skincare right off the hop if they like have no idea if it's going to work for them or if it's not going to, you know, mesh with their skin. I know we have a 100% satisfaction guarantee, but to be honest, somebody's not going to drop, like people are just not going to drop $200 right off the hop unless they try it and they love it. So like speaking from like personal experience, I'm just going to give her, do you want lip sense? Okay, there you go. Have a seat. So speaking from like personal experience, just this past week, I gave my Try Me bag to two of my loyal customers, and both of them turned around and purchased about $250 or $350 worth of product each. So like one girl, she took it home and she tried it out and she messaged me right away and she's like, so do you have a I want to buy everything deal going on? And I was like, what do you mean everything? I had the cleanser, daytime moisturizer, climate control, Serum C, Nangai oil, resurfacer. I had like 7 or 8 products in this bag, and she bought everything just from trying it. That's all it took, was just her trying it. So like, if you can make an extra like $1,000, $2,000, my sales just for skincare alone last month was like $2,000. And lip sense was, I think, $1,000, something like that, something crazy like that. And if you can boost your sales in that way, like how much happier would you be? I mean, honestly, like it's awesome. It gets people off the fence. People are more willing to buy like after they try something out. I mean, think about Sephora. You go to Sephora and you want to try out their new foundation that they just got, or a new primer that they just got, or whatever. They give you samples for everything. If you didn't know that, now you know that. You can go to Sephora, and if you want to try out a foundation for a week, they will give you samples of that foundation in your shade for a week. And the reason for that is they know that, you know, people are not going to come back and return a foundation if they were able to sample it before buying it. It's just the awesome thing about Sephora. And we have a satisfaction guarantee, but like I said, people aren't going to want to spend a ton of money up front unless they know that they love the product, right? Now for us though, like Sephora gives their samples out in like these tiny little, like I don't even have any to show you, but these tiny little plastic containers, that's what they give their foundation samples in. We are not allowed to repackage any of our stuff. So like if you were to give somebody the tinted moisturizer, or if you were to give somebody like the resurfacer or daytime moisturizer or whatever, you can't repackage it. That's just part of compliance. So the best thing you can do is purchase some sample products. I'm telling you, if you invest like $200 in just stuff that you can lend out, you are going to have a huge return back. I'm not even joking. Like, I speak from personal experience, right? And if you can invest a little bit of money into putting in, like putting out testers, people and your customers are going to be a lot happier about trying new things. So like this is, I'm just going to show you what like my Try Me bag looks like. I got this bag off of Shop Missa. It's huge. You guys already know like how much I love Shop Missa. I have purchased from them for like a year now. I've bought tons and tons of stuff from them. This was, I think, $2. Yeah, like $2 for this giant bag. And in here, I always make sure that I put in a beauty book. You want to make sure you have a beauty book in there, because if you just have all of your products on their own, they're not going to know the science behind it. They're not going to know what the product is for. They're not going to know the price of the product. So I make sure that a beauty book is in here. This seriously has given me so many more sales. Like, they will try this bag and then they'll be like, oh, well, you have something called the dark circle under eye treatment that I read about in here. Can you get me that too? Or can you get me the collagen night pack, or, you know, the lip balm, or whatever it may be. So like just having this as a resource in there is huge. And it's 50 cents. Like, come on, you can put in one of these. And I always tell them to keep it after, like once they have their Try Me bag, I make sure that they hang on to it. So there's that. I always, I do a questionnaire. So I'm going to post the questionnaire that I have personally designed on Google Docs, Google Forms. I don't know the difference. Google Docs, I think. Google Forms. I don't know. So I ask them what their skin type is. Actually, you know what? I'll just pull it up right here and I'll tell you what it says. Okay. So this is what my form looks like. If anybody wants to try any of our products, I send them this form. And in the beginning, I have a little bit of kind of like an intro so that they kind of know what makes our skincare so unique. So I say, in my form, I wrote, SeneGence was one of the most Googled beauty brands of 2017, which is true. Lip Sense was one of the most Googled beauty products. I think it was like the third most Googled product. And SeneGence is a maker of Lip Sense, right? So that's the truth. And then I wrote, all of our products have a patented anti-aging formula called Cineplex Complex. It's a kinetic enzyme that increases cellular renewal by 23.3%. This is unseen in the beauty industry, and all of our products have it. All of our cream products have it. It's a unique combination of ingredients that accelerate cellular renewal and growth. She's getting into trouble over there. All of our products are vegan, cruelty-free, gluten-free. It's kind of nice to say that, right? Like from the get-go, people like to hear that kind of stuff. Our products are made of approximately 95% natural ingredients and made in the USA. To a lot of people, that's important. People want to know that their stuff isn't just being shipped over from China and made in like, you know, second, third grade labs. And then I also wrote a personal testimony. You want to make sure, like I said, this has to really come from the heart. I am just huge on the trust factor. So my customers know that I will only sell products to them that I personally use and love. And, you know, products that I've got experience with. So I wrote a personal testimony and I wrote, I have personally been using the skincare for an entire year and have been very impressed with how my skin has changed. I have had 0 breakouts. My skin is more luminous and smooth, and the level of hydration in my skin has increased, making it more plump and healthy. Which is true, like so true. And then I wrote, if you would like me to put together a Try Me bag personally customized to fit your skin type and skin needs, please fill out the form below. And then I wrote, it's completely free to try for 5 days with no obligation to buy. You will love it and your skin will thank you. And then if you go on YouTube, you can insert the Cineplex Complex video, which like goes through all of like the clinical studies and like what it does for your skin, like with cellular renewal and how it, you know, gets rid of fine lines and wrinkles and all that kind of stuff. So like having that tiny like 1-2 minute video in there is really nice for them to kind of get an intro. Then I just wrote I require their first and last name, their email address, their phone number, their address if they want me to deliver it to them. If it's somebody that wants me to ship it to them, like if they are outside of my town, then I do charge $10 for that. And then I wrote skin type descriptions. You want to kind of get a feel of like what their skin is like. A lot of people don't really know what their skin is like, so I put kind of like a little description about each skin type. So I wrote, is your skin dry? Which basically means there's no oil. You can feel that your skin is tight and itchy. You have noticeable fine lines. You may have red and rough patches, small pores, and visible flaking. Okay, that means that they have dry skin. Most people kind of fit into this next category, which is normal to dry. So that's people that have like generally no oil kind of like in their T-zone. They don't really get shiny. They have a generally like healthy appearance to their skin, clear with even texture. They might have occasional dryness or flaking, and small to medium pore sizes. So they don't really have like problem skin. It's like people with normal to dry skin, like if you ask them like what is your skin type, they'll be like, I don't know, like it's pretty good, you know, like those are the kind of people that would fit into this category. And the next one is normal to oily, which is me, and that is like you have an oily T-zone, you have a generally healthy appearance with occasional breakouts and blemishes, your pores are medium to large, and your skin appears shiny and can feel oily. So for me, I don't have breakouts anymore. I used to have breakouts, like hormonal breakouts, but I don't. I think because of SeneGence products, I haven't had a breakout for over a year, which is just crazy to me. And I have a little bit of oil in my T-zone. So then I wrote, which skin type sounds like you from above? Based on those descriptions, they would select which one they think they have. And then I asked them, like, what are your main skin types? Like, what do you want out of your skincare? Like, are you tired of breakouts? So this is what I wrote. I wrote, do you have dry and flaky skin, eczema, rosacea, acne, blemishes, fine lines and wrinkles, pigmentation, too much oil in your T-zone, you want to control that oil, sensitive skin, puffy eyes, dark circles, thin lashes, get this, I put that in there, thin lips, because we have lash extend, we have volumizer, and then sparse brows. Right? So like even putting those things in there, I know they're not really skincare, but they're facial features, you know, and we have products that can help both of those things, or all three of those things. And then I wrote, which skin color best describes you? Light, you have more like ivory skin, or medium, that your skin kind of holds a tan. And the last thing that I say is, are you a lip sense user? So I say yes, no, or not yet. Because sometimes people haven't even tried lip sense, but they want to try the skincare, and that's okay. So it's good for me to know that ahead of time. And then at the very bottom, I have a little blurb that basically says that by submitting to this form, you agree to test the products for a 5-day period and then return them in working order. You don't want people to hand it to you having used all of your product up or having smashed your product to pieces. You know what I mean? If for any reason they're not returned or they're damaged, you'll be charged for the full retail value, as each item is priced and outlined in the beauty book and included in the Try Me bag. This is kind of just a disclaimer that I like to put in there. And then I also wrote, please remember, and this is kind of like that just personalized touch to this. I wrote, please remember that I am a small business owner and it does cost me to lend these bags out. So please be curious about it. And by people remembering that I'm a small business owner and that it costs me money to like put this out there, they're more willing to like be careful with it, you know, and like nurture it and like, you know, keep it in check. And then I said, you will not be charged any fees to try the products, and your card information will not go any further than this form. If you don't feel comfortable, feel free to message me or call me. So basically I have, my baby's just pulling on my mic. So basically I have like a little spot in there where they can put their credit card information. If it's somebody that I know or like somebody local to me and they've been a customer for a while, I really don't care if they fill that part in or not. It's mostly for strangers and people that I don't know. I don't want somebody to just take all my skincare and run away with it because it's like $300 worth of skincare. You know what I mean? So it's just a tiny little disclaimer in there, and then they submit the form to me, and then based on that, I build their bag. Okay? So let's say somebody was like me, or not like me, sorry, because I have a different cleanser in here. Let's say somebody has normal to dry skin. This is what I would put in their bag. I would put the normal to dry cleanser, and because I do the Try Me bag, I have all 3 cleansers in rotation. So I have the oily cleanser that I can put in here, I have the dry cleanser, and I have the normal dry. So based on what they tell me, that's what I would give them. Then I have the daytime moisturizer based on what they say their skin type is. And then I have climate control. You always want to make sure that this is in there. This is like one of those wow products. And then I have SeneGence C, okay? And then I have Nangai oil, and I use this one as their like evening moisturizer. And then the resurfacer, because this is a wow product. If you haven't used this, you need to try it. It's just like lip sense. Like as soon as you try this, you wash your face and you have that wow factor because your skin is just renewed and just amazing. So another thing that I like to do, because they have no freaking idea what order to use these products in, I always make sure I number them. So just go to the dollar store and, hi Nikki, yes, a skincare trial and a makeup trial too. So I'll explain how I do it. So like, I always make sure I number them and I tell them what order to use everything. So like the cleanser, I have like a 1, I don't know if you can see. Okay, this lighting is terrible. I have a 1, and I also wrote AM and PM on it so that they know that this is the first step. You use it morning and you use it night. Then for the daytime moisturizer, I have AM on here. So I'll write number 2 and then AM. Oh, sorry, not number 2. Ooh, ignore I said that. The climate control is number 2. So I wrote AM and PM on here because you want to use this morning and night. And then the daytime moisturizer would say 3 and then just AM. And then the SeneGence C, you would just use at nighttime. So I wrote 3, step 3, but I wrote PM so that they know it's for nighttime. So basically like what they would do is they would lay everything out and they'd be like, okay, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So they can like visually see like, okay, this is what I have to use for the morning and this is what I have to use at night. It's pretty like dummy proof the way that I have it done, just being honest. You want to make it as simple as possible for them. Now, one thing that I also like to include, if they haven't tried it before, is the tinted moisturizer. So I ask them in that questionnaire because this is one of those wow products that as soon as you try it, people just fall in love with this. Like if I was to choose one product from SeneGence to live with for the rest of my life, it would probably be this. I love it. I love it. I love it more than lip sense. I use it on all my brides and all my clients. It's just amazing. So I always make sure I include this, and I write in there, like if they have like the cleanser and the daytime moisturizer, I would put this as number 3. I would label it as number 3 and just tell them to use it in the morning. And then they always come back and buy this. Like this and like the resurfacer and climate control and just pretty much everything. They will always come back and buy it. And another thing that I sometimes like to include is silk. Okay, and I will also put this down based on like whatever number or whatever order I have their stuff in. So you can get creative. Like you don't have to do all of these things in there, like in this bag. You could just do like a makeup bag, and like your makeup bag could have like a blush scent, you know, a foundation or a tinted moisturizer, and then you can have like just climate control. You know what I mean? Like customize it to what you feel like you want to do it. You don't have to do the entire skincare line like me if you don't want to, but honestly, it's made a huge difference in sales. How do you do samples of lash extender volume? Oh yes, no. So I don't include the ones that are non-hygienic. So I don't include shadow scents because I don't trust people to use a palette. I don't include lip scents because I don't trust people to use wands. I do include resurfacer though, and I give them a spatula for it or a popsicle stick. So I do trust them for that because I know it's a wow product, and I know that people do like dip their fingers in there. So I just make sure I give them spatulas so they can be sanitary, but obviously I'm not there to make sure that they are being sanitary. But I can't give out the volumizer or the lash extend, but by asking them that in the form, you know, do you have sparse brows or do you have lips that are thin or lashes that are brittle, I can tell them about our products. So I will, like in the beauty book, I will highlight the lash extend and the volumizer so that they can read about it in the beauty book when they take their trial bag, you know? So that way at least they know something exists out there for that. And that way it gets them kind of like thinking, like when they're trying the products and they're like wowed by it, then they can be like, okay, well you did mention about the lash extend, so I think I want to get that with my order as well, right? So that's kind of what I do. So there are pros and cons to doing Try Me bags, okay? I tried to put together what I think are the pros and what I think are the cons. Pros. Instant sales after trying. Almost every single time someone takes a Try Me bag from me, like weekly, they're messaging me and saying, can I buy this stuff? Or like, can I put this on my next order? Or you know what I mean?
And I always try and make sure, like, I'm sure you can see, like, back there, like, I carry pretty much everything in stock. That's just me. You don't have to do that. You can just take pre-orders or whatever. But I always get instant sales from this. It's such a no-brainer. Like, if you want to take your business up to the next level, you need to invest in just a Try Me bag, even if it's a simple one, you know? Repeat customers. These are consumable products. People are going to use the cleanser daily, the daily moisturizer daily, the climate control daily, and they're going to come back to you. Sorry. And they're going to come back to you and repurchase that in like 2-3 months. Guaranteed. As long as they love it, right? So you're always going to get those constant sales. So if you can get 10 people hooked on the skincare and they're coming back every like 3 months or every 6 months or whatever, you're going to have constant repeat customers because of the consumable product. And more profit in your pocket because everybody has skin, even men. Like my husband, and I'm very open about this, he wasn't even using soap prior to meeting me on his face. He wasn't washing his face. And now he uses like 10 products. 10 SeneGence products on his face, like legitimately. He even uses the eye cream. He uses absolutely everything. So even men can use this. And I always encourage the women to be like, get your man to try this out too, because everybody has skin. Not everybody is a fan of makeup. Not everybody is a fan of lip products. That is definitely a gateway into our products, but I feel like the skincare everybody can use no matter what age, especially if you have aging skin. And you should always use anti-aging products after you are 20. Did you know that? You should start using an eye cream really early, like in your 20s. So, cons. I had to like think really hard about what the cons are because I really didn't see many cons, but I'm trying to be like, you know, a little objective about this. So cons, it does take money to do this. Obviously, you're going to have to put an order in to get a few of these products to lend out to people. So yeah, there is a little bit of a cost to it, but people aren't going to be using up all your product. They're going to use like 5 pumps of the daytime moisturizer over the course of the 5 days. They're going to use like 10 or 15 pumps of the climate control. Like you're going to be able to reuse these products a lot, but there is definitely a little bit of an upfront cost to getting these products, right? So that is a con, I guess. It's worth the little investment though, if you ask me. And then another con is shipping the product to customers that aren't local. You can choose to give a shipping fee. I have a $10 shipping fee. It costs me around like $13, $14 to ship it outside of Verdun. And I just charge them $10, but that's up to you if you want to charge or if you don't want to charge. Like some people might not want to charge that so that people would be more willing to try it, you know? So that's a little bit of an expense. What are you doing? Do you want something to play with? Here. Oh my goodness. What can I give you? Here. Have some concealer. Here. She's like a little puppy. Okay. Now, how to do it. Okay. I am not one, and I've already mentioned this like 3 times, I'm not one to sell something that I don't believe in and sell something that I don't use. So if you want to do this Try Me bag, I feel like you should be doing a testimony of your own first. So use our skincare for like 2, 3, 4 weeks where you can actually see results. Take a before and after picture. You will absolutely see results. I'm telling you, like you're going to see results. But that way people can relate to you and they have a testimony from you rather than you just like plastering pictures of like, you know, my husband's results or like other girls' results all over your Facebook or all over your group. And people can't relate to that, you know? But if they see your face and they see like, oh my gosh, Sana has like such amazing skin now, or she has no breakouts, or like whatever it may be, if you can give a personal testimony to your customers, they're going to be way more likely to try this, right? And to give it a go. So, yeah, that's a huge part of your know, like, and trust factor. She's playing with her sock. Okay, so that's the first thing you should do is create your own testimony of these products. If you haven't tried anything other than the lip sense, you should try like the tinted moisturizer, the resurfacer, the climate control, freaking everything. Just freaking buy. Just get everything. Just your skin will love it, okay? Like your skin will love it. Then the second thing I would do is make the form to keep organized, okay? The first time I ever mentioned skincare during my VIP party, people were like messaging me like crazy, like hawks, and they're like, I want to try it, I want to try it, I want to try it. So it was kind of like chaos, and I couldn't really make a wait list as good as I wanted, so that's why I made the form. So that way it sends it to me chronologically. I know who sent it first and second and third, and that way I can create a wait list. So I I'm now giving the trial or the Try Me bags to people that have put in their name to get one like 2 months ago, right? So by having a form, it keeps you organized. It's really easy for them to know what skin type they are, what they want, what they're interested in, what their skin concerns are. If you just ask them in a message, you can't really get all that information, you know? Here, do you want to play with an eyelash thing? Here. There you go. It's pretty, huh? Eyelashes. Okay. Next, product bags. Variety, like having variety is good. Okay, so like having a makeup bag with like your tinted moisturizer or foundation or blush scents, and then having a skincare bag, like having variety is a good thing. You can even choose to do 2 Try Me bags in rotation at the same time. I personally have 1. Sometimes I do 2, but it's usually 1 because they're 5. I lend them out for 5 days. The next thing you have to make sure that you have is beauty books. I'm telling you, if you don't put beauty books in there, it's not going to make any sense to them at all of what they're using or what they want or what their wish list is. And then spatulas are a good thing to have if you're going to be doing like the resurfacer. It's good to keep sanitary that way. Then you want to gauge like how you want to do this. Do you want to do 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, 2 days? It's up to you. I feel like 5 days is really good for them to kind of get an idea if they love it or not. And then the next thing you want to do is learn about skin types. I gave you kind of an overview about skin types, but you should really go into your back office and read the product knowledge guide. I also have it in this group under the files section. If you just go under the Glam Squad and you go under files, you will see the product knowledge guide. That thing is like, should be like your SeneGence Bible, like for reals. It has everything in it. Everything you want to know about every product, it's in there. And that's seriously pretty much it. So if you want to boost your sales, and I'm being honest, like this stuff, I have tried tons of skincare, and like I'm a makeup artist. I've used a lot of brands in Sephora. I've used R&F. I have used many, many different brands, and I've never come across anything quite like SeneGence products. Okay, so try this out. You will thank me later. Like you are gonna have so many repeat customers because of this. You're gonna see a huge spike in your sales. Invest in your business. If you signed up to do this as a business, it is now time for you to put some money into doing this, these Try Me bags, because your return on investment is going to be huge, right? And if you already have some products for yourself, lend them out. Like if you're okay with just lending out your tinted moisturizer alone and nothing else, then so be it. Like that, at least people can try that and fall in love with it, okay? If you have any questions at all, please let me know. I'm going to be doing an incentive for something super cute and super cool for those of you that attempt to do this month. Actually, you know what? I might as well just show you what it is. So for anybody that actually lends out these bags this month, you get entries into this. But this is a Dixie Pistol train case. Oh, it's freaking amazing. They come in like a million different colors. I personally have the gold one. I know they have like rose gold and leopard print and like pretty much every color you can imagine, but it carries a ton of stock. I only have my glosses in here and like overstock of colors, like shoes apples, because I have a million of those. But that's the incentive for this month. For those of you that are gonna go out there, get out of your comfort zone and try this out, I promise you, you're seriously gonna love this stuff. If you haven't tried it yourself, now is the time to jump in on skincare and your skin will be the healthiest it's ever been. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. I'm trying to untangle my mic here where the baby is sitting. And that's pretty much it. Enjoy and have an awesome start to your seminar year.